Good evening. My name is Rabbi Wallace Greene. And as the former principal of the Hebrew Youth Academy, which is now the Joseph Kushner Hebrew Academy, I am proud to have been the founding principal of SINAI Schools 34 years ago. I have been privileged to know Roz and Steve Flatow and their children for almost 40 years. We have shared smachot as well as tragedy. Life often throws us curveballs, and we are measured by how we respond. When their beloved daughter Elisa was killed in a terror attack in Israel just over 20 years ago, Roz and Steve responded to adversity by throwing themselves into Jewish causes. Steve transformed himself into an outspoken and successful advocate against terror funding, and he and Roz became renowned for their efforts on behalf of Israel and in promotion of Jewish education. It was Elisa who, as a small child, pressed her parents to send her to a Jewish school, and I persuaded them to acquiesce. At the time, Steve asked me if he would have to make any changes if his daughter came to HYA. I told him no. But soon the rest of the kids followed Elisa, and life did, in fact, change for the whole family. And he still ribs me about lying to him. Their children's Jewish education gave Roz and Steve a new life experienced through their children's eyes. At Elisa's Levaya, as her casket was being lowered into the ground, Steve turned to me and said, "This is all your fault." Before I could react, he continued, and we wouldn't change it for a minute. Today, the special bond that Roz and Steve share with their children and grandchildren is so palpable because they know that each second with them is precious. Roz and Steve are among Sinai's earliest supporters. Their commitment to Jewish education naturally expanded to include Sinai, with the conviction that all children should have access to Jewish education, regardless of their disabilities or challenges. And this was decades before their beautiful grandson Nathanael needed Sinai. It's Nathanael whose smiling face looks down on us from the billboards on Route 4 and who graces the cover of last week's Jewish Standard, a copy of which is on your tables. In truth, it is not stress-free when a child or a grandchild requires extra attention. When that child does not fit within the box, it requires tremendous understanding and patience. Every parent and grandparent of a special child comes to understand and appreciate and love some unique characteristic of that child. Nathanael is special in so many ways, and so are Roz and Steve Flatow. Tonight, SINAI Schools honors Rosalyn and Stephen Flatow. But before I call them up to the stage, we have a special surprise video message for them.
I want to tell Grandma and Grandpa.
Roz and Steve, please join me on the podium.